Hello. Today I'm overanalyzing Pokemon designs. These artworks have sometimes indication what and how you're supposed to feel them. Starting with Gen 3 because Gen 3 is my favorite generation. Let's see. Trico. Well, I can't see much on it aside the tail. I don't know if this is on purpose or if this is indicating something. But knowing that Trico is a gecko, I'd say it has scales. No, stop typing the wrong one. And the tail, I don't know if this scales too, or if this could be some kind of plant, like a leafy tail or something like that. But I don't think. But I don't think it just looks a little bit textured. Fascinating. Maybe it scales again. But it could be some kind of plant as well, considering the whole line is about plants. I can't make out what a grovel is. Grovel? It's called reptile in German, so maybe. Maybe some scan? Or is this texture you smack on it so that the AI can't create monsters? Kinda looks like it. Maybe it scales again. But considering their leaves, I put them on. I might add Growile to both places. It's like this? No. No. I'm not color correcting them, no, only shape correct them. But it has leaves growing on them, so yes, it's the German wiki because I'm German originally. Then I'm going to copy it and smack it down to the plants part. Subtile. Is this some kind of nightshade? It must be that thing against AI. Oh. I don't know if this is done on purpose, but it looks like it has spikes on it. You can see it especially here. Considering Trico has spikes on its feet to climb, this sphere is not that far away either here. Otherwise, the same texture. I think this is the scale texture. Considering these are lemon drops, but bulbs for it to eat sunlight. I think this is scales and plants. This one especially scales and plants. Next is Tarchik. This is definitely feathers. I don't know what the beak is made of though. Looks very fluffy from the shading. It's soft shaded like fur. But these might be like any chicken upon. Chicken feet has this rubbery-like skin. Some cultures eat it, and I don't know if this is soft or hard. I would wager it's hard feet. It looks like it's made from the same material like beak, and the beak of a chicken is not soft or rubbery like, it's hard. So let's just say it is fluffy in general. Ah, the smoke detector is out of battery, or it's detecting smoke, either way. It's the texture again, but not on the body. This means the texture is on purpose there. This might be some rubbery. Not rubbery with O, rubbery with U. Skin-like texture. But what I'm looking at is the fact that the red parts or orange parts are having yellow dots. Does this imply fire in it? Fascinating if this were the truth. So it's not written anywhere aside that's fire type. If this is actual fire, I've never seen fire coming out of there anyways. So I don't think it's fire, it's just fire filled maybe. For now, it's just oops. A fluffy Blaziken is definitely fluffy. No doubt about it. Now I'm wondering about Mudkip. there's again texture. It probably indicates it's something mudkips can feel through. But I think it has otherwise fish also have scales, don't they? Maybe it's some kind of different skin. Well, I could call it naked, but for now let's just say it's underwater scales. With some kind of texture on the gills, I think. No, gills this is not. It's something else. Maybe instead of scales, maybe skin, because it's definitely a different kind of skin than we have on the dry air. But it looks like there are different kinds of cells. So it should live rather underwater than on land, but at the same time it's a monster, so who cares? Don't question things. The kindergarten under me has a lamp festival. Laternenfest in German, lamp festival. It definitely has this watery amphibian like skin, like frogs. It kind of reminds me, considering the lightning reflecting on it. It looks like wet but dry. It has this special kind of glim for amphibians. The tails and the head one, the fins. I see also that this iron spike has gotten a different texture. Maybe it's hardening, considering it's a drone type, so it's hardening. And these fins have a different texture, like they're underwater. Yeah, it really looks like it's underwater. But it's still the same fin like mudkip has. Swampert. The amphibian's skin looks like it changed to more rough scales like reptiles have them. Because it has to move on ground too, so it looks like it dried up a bit and hardened. Here it looks also very hard. Fins have these kind of weird texture again. But looking at them, I get a migraine. So I don't know what purpose they serve. Aside knowing where to swim, of course. I think they're still soft though, just like its skin. I would put it on a mixture from underwater skin and scales. It has still this amphibian skin, but at the same time it's hardened up for the ground. should I just leave it there, considering it's dried up, but not always? I think we can pretty much skip the pooch line. It's all just fur. Then I'll go back to the list. Skip the furry friends. From (261) till 264. Now let's look at the insects. I think they have a different kind of fur. Oh, interesting. There are patterns. Well, it tells me that this is the softer part than this, because it has insect scales. I don't know how to explain it. If you have ever held a worm, what is caterpillar again? You know, the kind of worm that evolves into a butterfly. If you have ever grabbed something like that, you can feel the heart in it, the hardiness. And I think this is the same hardness, and this is a softer part then. But I wouldn't call it. I think it is scales though. Not reptile scales, but insect scales. And the horns are definitely made of a harder material. Ah, you can see it. Okay, good. Beep. Then this one. I think it was sad in the anime. You can even see the round stuff indicating it has depth as a silk, and its spikiness pretty much tells it's a robust, a rough one. What should I name it? Layered cocoon? No, not layered cocoon, but layered material. Maybe I should follow the spikes in order to understand what I'm doing. The same with Panicon. I don't know all their English names. Yeah, Cascoon is the same. It has also that layered material, but softer apparently. It has less spikes. It's poisonous though. The next is Dustox and Beautyfly. You can already see it's probably made from. I don't know if you've ever touched a butterfly, it's really hard to catch one. because you look like a threat to them probably. It has this hardish but soft skin of a butterfly. This might come more like a moth, and I've definitely touched moth before. They are dry and soft, so I think if I see this, I think it's on the softer side. And seeing into the yellow parts, the colored wings parts, it's made from a special scale. It's definitely made out of scales. Butterflies and moths are made out of their own kind of insect scales. This is what I can take from this, seeing how funny it looks like. And the scales up here. A lotus Pokemon. Well, I don't know much about the main body skin like texture, but I would also think it's like underwater skin, and this is clearly plant, considering it's plant grass type. But it also looks like it's underwater, which is fascinating, I think. Then I go to the underwater skin. And the plant one. It's always good to do research on the objects or things you want to draw later on. I don't know what this kind of skin is. It lacks texture. But this looks like it has plant cells running through it, through the green part at least. This is definitely a plant. This is fascinating triangles going on, so I think that's definitely plant. Like the plant cells one could see under the microscope is more highlighted here. It also looks like it did origami with its head because of these lines. Very geometrical. Ludicolo. This looks very much like a duck, and duck has feathers, which makes it soft. Pretty sure this is feathers. And these have these plant cells, lines going on, so it's definitely fluffy and a plant. and up to the fur part. I'm positive that this acorn line the C dot line, sleeve, shift 3 are absolutely plants. I don't need to overanalyze it here, they look very plant-like. Tango list, shift 3 in English. Tango is based on the Tango, Japanese mythic lore or folklore. And this hair looks interesting. It's definitely plant-based. Everything else, you can see the woodcraft in it, it's definitely plant-based. And I think it's just hair, honestly. Something fur-like. So plants can have hair. It's probably their own kind of hair. And I'm putting these 3 there. Centralize the draw. Am I slightly slanted? No, not even slightly slanted, I'm just slanted. Then I use the squares to stop being slanted. Or at least help I stop being slanted. These are birds, they probably are just full of feathers and beaks. But I can still check it out with Palipa. Looks pretty much like feathers, everything. Shading reminds me a bit of my water texture. But otherwise I would say it's pretty much just feathers. Now this is an interesting case with rolls. Looks like the head, the green head is made of something. These were called crystals before, so it has to be hard, but not that hard because it's still hard. If you rip it out, it's dead. And this looks like clothes. Really clothes, not naked. Sailing concept. Its name is based on the concept of souls and space, you know. But I still think it's just clothes. I don't know what the head is made of. I've seen artistic rendition that this is hair. And I would think it's hair because the other two have it as hair. So it's a typical bowl cut Asian hair. It's not necessarily fur, it's like we call humans hair, not fur. So I wouldn't also say layered material, I would straight up say human. It's a human category, which includes clothes. Wow, really sad. I would like it to be less slanted, and still slanted everything. Amazing. And the same I would continue with curly and Gardevoir. They're human-like and wear clothes. Then it means I can actually remove this. Write down the numbers instead. So good. It is water bug type, and yet only the head seems to be made of something special. This could be maybe a droplet body, but considering I've seen in the Pokemon some people wear this hats, I don't think it's really watery. Maybe it's like a raindrop, a water drop, and then something insect-like head on top of it. A Metama. Rain, Waterwalk, Bonbonkugeln, Buchstaben. Bonbon. It's candy? So there is a speculation that it's made from water, after all. And an insect. Then I put it underneath what plant, it's water. And insect scales here. Mascarene. This is a hard one. The Japanese said it's a moth, which means it has scales, probably. Like a lot of other moths have. Did you know that this is a raindrop? I didn't until I took a look in 2 seconds. They are pretty much plants. This is a mushroom. Mushrooms are, by the way, not plants, they are their own thing. Yep, but everything looks plant-wise. Like plants are here. Where's Larkov line? I'm positive they're fur. Every artwork done of them is fluffy, aside the naked parts. Very reminiscent of humans at this part, especially their hand feet, like gorillas. They remind me of a gorilla, but otherwise No, not on this. Well then, this is fur. And because of its naked parts, human-like. Yes. The white hair on its back, I don't know if it has white hair along the back as well. Where's the back is the question. I only see for one. So now it's stopping here. The white hair reminds me of silverback gorillas. Maybe it might be part of it. The bugs are very box-like and have scales. Yeah, it really screams at me saying scales like the insects have. The claws might be also made of this insect material. It's hard to explain if I have no idea how to call them in German either. This small line, I always thought they're naked, but they could have fur as well. I just never took notice. So the yellow parts are different than the purple parts, or it's just texture, and I'm overanalyzing, overthinking again. But it still doesn't answer me if it's naked or has fur. In the anime, they were portrayed pretty naked as well. And you can see already on the sprite, the sprinkle looks like it's just skin and not something fur-like. This is why I'm looking down. Everything tells me naked. Wait, I don't have pictures for these. That looks like naked skin. That looks especially smooth. That looks smooth as well. This looks smooth too. But the problem is, what a lot of people also thought, the Pikachu was just a rubbery mouse. Even though knowing it's a mouse, they thought it was a rubber-like skin texture. It didn't have any indicators that it might have been fluffy in their eyes. Even though I can see, maybe because mainly I know it's fluffy. Here's a fur indication, fur indication, fur indication. But I can not see it with this more. It just looks naked. This is why I'm putting its line on the naked side. There's naked again. Here. Next is this line. what I think margarita is made of is cloves. Especially here, that reminds me of a bag. In this pattern, it has this, I forgot what the pattern was called, but it reminds me of the baking gloves kind of pattern. Habe as well. But this looks, well, honestly, it's not clothes, it's part of the body. Maybe that's why it looks weird. But I think they are naked, especially this. This is supposed to show a bald head. Otherwise, it's a clothed human, basically. Nasnit is definitely made of stone. No questions asked. And so its evolution. The black mustache on it has been revealed as magnetic stuff. So imagine a lot of magnet dust sticking at the nose as a mustache. Azurel? Up until somewhere, I think no, not up until recently, but I often forget that these are not naked. Look, just look at it. It's like a Pikachu drama. It just looks naked. And this is made of oil. But the fact is, it can have fur nonetheless. I think Psyduck has fur / feathers as well. It's fluffy. And this can also have fur, therefore. But look, everywhere in the anime, it's just naked. It's like this cute, this weird skin over it. Here it looks not like skin fur either. This is cutesy, but I have problem oh wait, there. I don't know how good you can see it, but there. Scarlet Violet has bands. It is fluffy. It uses the texture that has on the other fluffy Pokemon, and it's definitely fluffy, meaning it has some kind of fur like the mouse does, meaning that Meryl and Meryl probably have fur as well. Let me take a look. The same texture, meaning they're all fluffy. They're not naked, they're fluffy. So if you want to draw the Meryl line, they have fluff. No need to worry, they have fluff. Skitty, pretty much fluffy. Albeit it looks naked too, but it's a cat, It has even here tufts, silver tufts, indicating it's fluffy all over. Which, when I was a child, I thought this was the naked part, but it's probably also fur. I erase this doodle and write down. No, I don't erase the doodle, but I write down the numbers. Why is it so thick now? That's why it's so thick. This one might be a harder problem. It's ghost. It might be made out of gas, but I don't think so. The body is not indicating something. I don't know how this would feel. I definitely can feel the troubles on it, the jumps. It's gonna hard the stone or harder depending what it ate. But I think it's something like a goblin. It's like these gremlins, and we also don't know how they feel like, because usually people don't come in contact with it. It looks naked to me. It's just skin with something on top layered of it. I'd say it's naked, but at the same time I don't know 100% sure. Light bouncing off of it reminds me of a gem. In short, I have no idea. Stone is minerals too. I write it there before I forget. Minerals, steels, etc. That's thick. The hard material, you know. No, not saving. I don't want to save it on my laptop, believe it or not. Then Numawa. I'm positive it's metal. It even screams. This texture screams at me that it's hard. But this part is probably some kind of clothing. Steel and marble. And unclothed / human. This line is pretty much made of metal and softer stone. I'm positive of it. Yeah, it's steel and then different kind of softer but not soft. This is definitely armor kind of metal, and this is just living metal, organic metal. That we don't need to look further, it's definitely fur. Pretty much here, but you can see the tufts, here the tufts, that's just fur. That's also a dog, a wolf, and they are fluffy. considering how it's dressed and their names. Chara. Albeit this little bit weird, but it's pretty much human, both of them. Here, as an example, the blue parts might feel like human skin, and its underwear and the head might feel a little bit more clothed in the direction of Gardevoir. Positive, these four are fluffy. That's based on a rodent with fur, so there's a high chance it has fur as well. A bit hard to see. It looks like it has the fur fluffy texture smacked on it. And I think it was drawn fluffy a few times too. But you can never be sure. There it also looks a bit fluffy, but I could be also very wrong of this. I'm positive that this yellow its parts are fluffy. They might not be necessarily fluffy, but the reason I think it's fluffy, it's one, it's a rodent, two, electricity and fluffiness, like clothes. If you rub them one another, it makes electricity. Yeah. You can see what I'm doing anyways. And it doesn't exist a 300,000 something Pokemon, so it's meh. Volbit Illumise. I'm also pretty much think it has the texture of other insects. If you have at least touched 2 or 3 different insect bugs, you know how they feel like. These wings probably feels the same with a light. Feelers are different, the antennas are different. The whole thing is different, but it's pretty much screams insect and probably insect scales. The fluffy part of insects are also scales or dusts, something. Pokemon calls it dusts. Roserade? No, Roselia. Don't know how it's called in English. Maybe the same, pretty much the same. It's a plant, pretty much a plant. Meaning the whole line are plants too. Ah, the stomach Pokemon. I don't know what kind of texture they have. I'm positive they are not naked, they have actual texture on it. You can see it. It's done on purpose, I think. It's poison type with a theme of eating, belly, and living in the sewer. You can imagine how it might feel like these slimes, but worse, perhaps. It has some interesting skin, and I might have touched the skin of tea after I left it out for a little bit too long. The evolution, gulpin, swallowed. This is swallowed then. Yeah, it's a similar kind of texture. It's like something you shouldn't touch in the sewer kind of skin. I think I know how to feel like, but at the end of the day, I shouldn't know it. And if I do, I might start thinking about going to Hololive or even use Shanti, but considering I like my own life and I'm already depressed, I shouldn't go there. Just need to use Shanti. These are fish, I'm positive of these. They have to have fish scales. Yeah, you can pretty much see the scale here. This is not textured, meaning it's the hard part. That part. The reason I think why this has pretty much the scales on it and this doesn't, it's... Have you ever felt a crab before? These skins? I think this is similar. Yeah, right, similar to this kind of crab skins. These crab armors. Whales don't have scales. Wait a minute. Will you zoom on it? Thank you. This looks like it's underwater, considering where it has to live in order to exist. It makes sense. But I think it's also scales. Don't know what the soft part here might be indicate. But I think it's also fish scales, just softer. So I put them to the the underwater skin is softer. This is harder. It's scales. I don't know what crab skin is made of, but I think it's some kind of scales. But harder, like real armor. You just smack together and it's holding together kind of armor. Now this interests me, considering marmots usually don't have scales. It's just having the underwater skin texture. Are these scales, or it's just a bad resolution this time? It's the lines of whales drawn. Some whales have these lines on their underbelly. I think it's skin but too long underwater, so basically they're naked. Let's see. Now I don't need to see actually. This one also looks naked. Considering it has a perm up here, it means it is furry. It has fluff. And I have one on my team, a Camerupt, and it has the first texture. There's a lot of scrolling down. Yeah, it's fluffy. You can see the fluff. You can almost feel the fluff. Where do I have fluffy? I have fluffy here. It's late. I'll continue when else. But oh boy, this is a long list. I could speed it. Wait, I can. Can I or can I not? This is a question I'm wondering right now. It's made of kind of minerals and probably scales. It's a turtle. Instead of drawing, I might write down the text number because it's faster. Minerals. What's your number? Minerals and scales, that's coal. That's why I think it's made of minerals, and the texture pretty much gives it away as well. Looks like here too. They are fluffy, furry. I think Spinda was a fur too. Looks like fur to me. Don't know about this. But the pixels indicate that it has fluff. The kind of shading tells me it's fluffy. I don't know how to explain it. I'm always terrible at explaining. If you look a lot of pixels and pixelate yourself, you can get a feeling of it. This looks like they would draw fur. Pretty sure Trapinch is not fluffy. I'm done writing it. Yeah, I'm done writing it. This is maybe made out of the crepe material because it looks so hard, but it's not minerals. They remind me strongly of insects. The wings also look insect-like. The body is just an insect. So they might have insect scales. The wings look like there are scales as well. And considering it's a dragon, dragons have scales, so it's fine. Oh. Oh. These are plants, no doubt. That's feather. No, I think the clothes parts are feathers as well. If not, if this could be fur, it's fine as well. But I rather think it's feathers. That's furry. That has scales. That's a rock. That's also a rock. These are fish scales. No need to overanalyze here. You can they are based on a similar animal like mudkip. Mudkips are axolotls, but also mudskippers, and this one at least is similar to a mudskipper. I think it's ground type. Or I might be very wrong, but no, but I might be very wrong about it. It's still a fish though, in the water, in its ground. Was heißt Wuseln auf Englisch? Digging and dusting its environment. It's like cleaning down there. Crabs are made of their shells, their armor shells. They were called clay dolls. Looks like ancient magic. That's why it's psychic type. It looks like it could be made of sand, but I'm unsure. Could be also already made clay after burnt, or before. Well, this is pretty much after burnt clay, and this might be before burnt clay. It has rather a soft feeling to it when I look at it. Looks pretty soft to me. So it might be before burnt, after burnt kind of thing. These are interesting as well. This looks like it has a specific texture. These might be like tentacles, like the gummy bears spring candy that has this long tentacles, not tentacles, strings, that was it, strings. They look like they might feel similar, but we don't know at the end, unless you have already touched some corals. I think they might feel similar to corals, but a bit meatier. Triops, if you have ever thank you for moving for me. If you ever had seen a triops or tried to raise some, I think they might feel similar. Aside the soft part, they are rather much harder, it seems. It has also made to, never mind, it has not made to. Yeah, it has rather a hard look, smooth feeling. I would put it next to a crab. This is definitely a fish. This has definitely scales. One of its moves are scales, so it's just a lot of scales. This has that underwater feeling too. But I'm unsure if it's made with, if it has a scales armor like any other fish, or if it's just skin and looks ugly because of just skin. There is a texture on it, definitely, and some kind of sparkle, like hardness. Let's see. It has ribbed fins. It can live everywhere, so it makes me think like Magikarp, it has scales rather than just skin pulled over itself. That's an unknown category, but I would proclaim it's naked. Yeah, I have no idea what this is, so it's the unknown category. That's definitely water. That might be some form of heat bubbles. And this is just wind, but illustrated. Kecleon, if it's a chameleon, it has scales. Choppet is a ghost, it's made out of gas, and if it's touchable, it might feel like a glove it's based on these rain puppets from Japan, and it's made with a handkerchief, like a tissue. And this also is very glove-like, considering it's a doll. This might be gas. This might be gas, but you can tell a lot from the sprites alone, honestly. This is gas and clothes mixed together. It has the skull has a skull on it, so this is definitely bone, and everything else is gas. It has this mystic texture on it. This is definitely a plant. This is fur. This is frozen ice. This is a straw around a body we have no idea what it might feel like. This is fur. This is how any, this thing feels like. If you've ever touched one, you know how they feel like. I think this is naked, even though this looks like a dress for children. It might be a clothed naked being. And this is its real form, and it might have also weird feeling I cannot describe, nor will I ever be, because I don't know how it feels. This is also very Japanese, hanging on the roof near the window and making these summer jingles to make it feel less hot, apparently. Placebo effect and such. So this might be a glass body, seeing how it's translucent a little bit down there. might be any kind of texture it was made. Often there's cloth or some kind of plastic underneath it, so you can imagine how this might feel underneath. Or it might feel the entire being like this, in this translucent but not translucent, transparent but not. They are pretty much fish. Garbage might have what Paralu had before, but pretty much fish scales. Fish don't even look like they have scales on them, that kind of scales. I'm unsure about this one, but it must have scales, and this might be a skull. But it looks like it's made from the same material, so everything scales, or just naked? No. This looks smooth, so this might be scales. This is less highlighted, so it might be mineral stone-like bone structure thing. Scales. This is scales. This is layered like a cocoon. This is metal. Rock, ice, metal. Feathers. It's written in the text it has feathers. This might have either some kind of naked skin or scales. This is definitely dragon scales. This is a clothed baby. This is an alien. And this was the third gen. This looks like it has fur as well. This scribbles and this fluffiness indicates it's fluffy. This tufts. When flying and it feels aggressive, it puffs off its feathers and screams. Have you ever heard the TIT bird? It's basically that. Its body is full of feathers. Yeah, it's pretty much Latias, and Latias have both feathers. It's not naked. It might be fur, but it's actual feathers. Some ancient scales, I think. Wait. It's not a fish. It might just be naked. And it looks very, very naked here. I think it's naked. Like no fur, no scales, just skin, but it looks very, very naked. Due to that, I think it's naked. This is minerals, definitely minerals. This looks, oops, I clicked on it, like ground itself. And this is the hardened stones from it. I hope from this video on you start overanalyzing every artwork to have fun drawing.